Hey guys, welcome back to the Crazy Cozy Corner. I'm Brianna, and this is the Crazy Cozy Corner. It is time for our monthly reading wrap-up for the month of June. Can you believe that? So, I did better than last month. I read one more book than I did last month, I think. Oh, no, I think 2 more. Because it was 5 and I think I read 7. We'll keep count. So first we started with Artemis Fowl, The Arctic Incident, and I listened to that on an audiobook. And the books on audiobook, I think, like I addressed this already, or like not addressed it, but I said it. It's like when I hear it in like audiobook form, I give chances to books that maybe wouldn't keep my interest if I was just like flat reading it. But like 2 for 2, I've actually really enjoyed the Artemis Fowl, listening to it, and so I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. I would definitely recommend if you have a little cousin or a little sister, a little brother or whatever that like to read kind of fantasy, but modern fantasy, and I think this would be something that they would really enjoy. I am still going to finish the series. I am determined, just like I was determined to read the story, Land of Stories, and I loved that series. So I'm just saying, it might not always be what you expect. Then I read Dating and Dragons, and for a second I thought my book slump was cured, but it was not, unfortunately. But I still read a little bit. But Dating and Dragons, I don't remember the characters' names, forgive me, but this girl, she's the new girl, and she's trying to find her group, but she's kind of introverted, and she's kind of not like other girls, kind of quirky, and so she makes friends with this like group of people, and they invite her to play D&D. However, they are serious about D&D. They're live streaming. They like just enjoy it and are so serious about it, and I think that's like pretty awesome. But they had rules: no phones and no dating within the group, because there was a precedent, right? There was a reason that there was no dating in the group. Well, the guy that she had like initially kind of made friends with, that kind of liked her, and she kind of thought he was cute, and so he was a little rude to her because he didn't want her to join, because he wanted to like to feel it out, try to date. Well, in the end they end up dating, right? But it's kind of one of those things. It's a cutesy little story. Next, we read A Kiss in Time. I hated that book. I hated it. And if you want to hear more, like watch, was it last month? I think I was a little bit behind. So my K-book for the A to Z challenge, like watch that and you'll know exactly why I hated that book. It wasn't for me. It was just not my cup of tea. And then I read Stephanie Meyer's Life and Death, which is the gender-bent version of Twilight. I also talked about this in the A to Z challenge this past month, so it's a good time. I almost cried at the end, so like definitely it hits some of the same beats as Twilight, but it is different, and so I would definitely recommend reading it, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. And then I read Naruto, the first 3 volumes. It's a wild ride. First volume, you get to meet Naruto and kind of get the feel of the world and see that most people kind of treat him bad and stuff like that. And then the second volume, it's getting he passed his class, so he's like training to actually be a shinobi, or he is a shinobi and he's just training to be like better. And he gets put into this group with Sasuke and Sakura. I think that's her name. And then they kind of try to figure out teamwork, because Natsu, wrong anime, wrong manga, that's fairy tale. Naruto likes Sakura and Sakura likes Sasuke, and so like it's kind of one of those things, and Sasuke's not interested in anybody. He just wants to get revenge for his village. But that's volume 2. They're trying to learn teamwork, and Then volume 3, they take on, they take off a little more than they can chew in a job, and we end the book in a fight, and I was so mad, and because I only had the first 3. Like, I have more, but I don't have all of them in order, because I kind of like gotten them as like I've been thrifting or whatever, and so I had to go out and buy the volume 4, actually order it, because I was so mad at how it ended, because the last panel is Naruto saying, "I'm gonna kill you," or something like that, and I'm like, what happens? I know what happens because I've read up to the 30th volume, but like I also don't remember, so I know they're okay, but I'm like, yeah. Anyways, so that is where I kind of left off. Guys, I got it in. So I started opening it, but realized exactly what it was when I looked at who sent it. So I am so excited to tell you about this. So there's a book that I, backed on Kickstarter, called The Wind in the Wild. And what sold me was it was Uprooted meets Howl's Moving Castle in a slow burn fae fantasy romance type thing. So I was like, yes, sign me up. So I wanted to show it to you on camera, but I also don't want to give away my address, so let me struggle for a second. Let me show you some of the things I got. So, look, I think this is like the fae kittens that they talk about. And then I'm pretty sure, does it say The Wind in the Wild? So it has the signature, but there we go. It's just them holding hands, or just hands. And then this really cool bookmark. I'm forgetting all the words because I'm so excited, but look at the art. Look, it's like reflective. Isn't it beautiful? But then there's more art. Look. Which I'd have to assume that is the MMC and then the female main character. But then it's awesome. But look at this. I got the hard copy. Look at it. So this is by Emily McCosh, if I am pronouncing it right. So I have the ebook, but I also just like, I wanted both of them to just, I don't know, because sometimes I like switching back and forth, feeling like the physical book and then like the ebook. But I'm super excited. On the inside it says, "No one finds fairy unless they are lost." And yes, I remember like seeing. So look, there's our main character, and then this is her love interest, I'm pretty sure, unless this is gonna be like an ACOTAR where it's like, oh, the first book, they must end up together, and it's like, no. But we'll see. I was super excited about this, and it got delayed because of some stuff happening, making books a little bit more expensive and stuff like that. I think they had to delay making the audiobook because of the unforeseen circumstances, making it more expensive. But like, good, I have it in my hands. Super exciting. The picture. Okay, I think I got everything, but look at this beauty. Isn't it just... I'm so excited to read this. So my birthday just passed, and my friend from out of town, she came and surprised me, and it was really, really sweet. But I wanted to show you what she made me. Like, she made this herself. Look at it. She made these cute little mushroom pillows, and she's like, one's you and one's me. And I was like, which one? But it's so cute, and it's super like soft, and it is now a decoration for my bed when I actually make it. But look at it, it's just wonderful. And then look. So she filled it with potpourri, but you can't really tell, but it's a book vase. And so she needs to find a new home. She needs to find somewhere on my shelf. Oh, it does smell really good. She asked me how it smelled, and I hadn't smelled it because I was just so excited that she was here. And so now I can tell you it smells so good, because I know she watches these sometimes when she has time. But then look. So we're going to the Ren Fest together. And so she was making these really cute mushrooms. And look at them. Look at these cute little mushrooms. This is like the little portobello, and then these are the ones that kind of are psychedelic. But they're so cute. And so, yeah. Anyways, she was making these to kind of give away at the Renaissance Festival, because you know you do a little trading sometimes. But she gave them to me, and it's so sweet of her. Like, I had the best time. Like, we got K-Pot. So there's a place around here called K-Pot, and it's a Korean barbecue and a hot pot place. They had some amazing broth. Like, I will be dreaming about that broth until the next time I go. It's so good. And then we went and walked around the mall to get my free stuff. And there were some very interesting encounters I had, because I was wearing like a birthday sash. But those encounters I will hold dear to my heart for sure. But it was such a good weekend, and she planned a picnic, and we made jewelry for our costumes for Renaissance Festival. It was a really good time. I literally cried when she left. I was driving to work, and I'm like, I can't see, but I was just so grateful. So also for my birthday, we played a D&D campaign, and it was like with like pre-made characters and stuff like that, because none of us had ever played it before. Like, my brother-in-law was the DM, and like they did it all for my birthday, and I felt like super appreciate it. And so I'm hoping that it wasn't just a one shot, because we none of us knew what we were doing, so it took us forever to get through the introduction. And by the time we finished the introduction, 2 people left, because it was my sister. She's a mom, so she had to get her baby to bed. And then my friend Ashley, she's like super pregnant, and it was nearing like 10 o'clock. And I know most, like, it can go later than that, but like we had a long day, and so we were zonked, and it was such a good time. It was so good. Like, I'm excited, because it feels like I haven't acted in a while, and so like I'm super excited to like exercise the muscle again. And it's just, yeah. But I also like I'll talk about manga later in this video, but I wanted to show you something that I got for my birthday. It was super exciting. I got the box set, like the complete box set of Ouran High School Host Club, and that's like super special to me, because that was the anime. Like, I watched the anime that got me into like manga and different animes and stuff like that. So it was like this, and then Skip Beat, that like just have my heart, because like Skip Beat's anime, like, and so like actually haven't read the manga of Ouran or Skip Beat, but I'm like building my collection, because I want to read it like all, because I have that privilege of they're already published. But yeah, that is some of the fun things that I experienced this weekend. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you being here with me. I hope you had fun with us all chatting about all the books and stuff, and some birthday shenanigans. But I'll see you in the next. Bye!